Okay, so I have promised you for today's episode a description of 6 of the best lessons that I've learned over the past 5 years. And I would say, before I even start with this list, one thing that I've learned to do over the years is to keep my promises. And I thought I would just tack that on to the very top of the list, because when you learn how to just say your word and then do what you say, things tend to go much more smoothly, including being the host of a podcast, because my intention and my promise to myself, my commitment to myself, is to show up weekly to deliver these episodes. And being able to do that week after week after week for years at a time has really taught me that I can be committed to my goals, that I can have integrity with my word. So I'm just going to put that as a maybe tip number 0 for you today. Learn how to be true to your word. It's not as hard as it might feel if you're not quite there yet, but it does take practice, and it does take patience, and it does take mindfulness, because you need to be really careful about what you promise if you're intending on keeping your word. So I'm sending this message and all of these lessons today in this episode to you with my deepest love. All right, let's go to lesson number 1 that I've learned. And that is that how you regulate your energy is how things will go. Again, how you regulate your energy is how things will go. I looked up on ChatGPT the other day how much of us is comprised of energy, and ChatGPT said it's 100%. And so it would make sense that if you are running yourself into the ground, if you're burned out, if you're stressed out, if you haven't nourished yourself with a meal or two, if you are not moving your body on a regular basis, you're going to be working with a somewhat insufficient energy tank. And then you're going to try to be creative. You're going to try to solve problems. You're going to try to help other people out. You're going to try to solve your own problems. And you might feel like you're coming up short because you don't have the energy behind your efforts. So I just want to make sure that you understand that nurturing your own energy, maintaining your own energy, feeding your own energy, and making sure you don't waste your own energy is really, really, really important if you want to be satisfied at the end of the day. When you go to bed and you're reflecting on what has happened over the day, make sure you've used your energy well, and that you are being mindful about the leaks in your energy. Leaks in your energy can be things like worry or overthinking or overpromising things to other people. So I just want to let you know it is okay to be mindful of your energy. It's actually really smart to be a great boss of your own energy. The second lesson that I have for you is that you must put your attention on your own well-being first. That is the key that unlocks all the other kinds of successes. I think we're raised to really be productive, to pay attention to teachers, to do what we're told, and our attention is so much directed outside of us, what other people are thinking, what other people are doing, what other people are buying, all those kinds of topics. But when we get into middle age and beyond, lo and behold, we find that what other people are doing is really other people's business, that our main responsibility is to get really good at deciding what our path is going to be. How are we going to run our days? How are our routines looking? What results are we getting from our efforts? And when we start to really carefully pay attention to that, we start to have more of a sense of personal promise. We have a sense of our own direction. We have a sense of our own values. And I think knowing your values, what is really, really important to you? Is it your health? Is it your finances? Is it your learning. And it can be, of course, all of these things. But again, we want to focus on what really lights you up, what is really important to you. Do not let other people distract you from doing this kind of investigation into what is really important in your life. I think when you start to take that power back, that power of your own attention, you really understand how much power you truly have. When we give it away to everyone else, we will never truly feel the breadth and the depth of our own true power. Our power is massive. And I will say that you will do better in the world serving other people when you actually serve yourself first. The third lesson that I have for you is that the areas you have difficulty with will end up being your pathway to real flow and freedom. So, by this, I mean, when you run into areas that cause you to feel not good enough, anxious, not experienced enough, nervous, a little bit on edge, that is your body cluing you in to the fact that there's something that you could learn. There's something that you can grow into. There's something that maybe you're not ready for yet, but that maybe your body's saying, let's get you some more training. Let's get you a coach. Let's get you some more time. So this is a message, again, with love, that mistakes are going to happen. You're going to come into areas of difficulty. I actually wish that for you because I think that is a sign that you are pushing yourself, that you are doing new things, that you are learning and growing. And when you face difficulty, when you face a challenge, when you feel like you don't have enough information to make it through, take these episodes in time as great learning experiences because you will come out on the other side eventually, and you're going to come out with more knowledge about yourself, more knowledge about the thing that was difficult for you, and you're going to be a changed person as a result in a good way because it's the changes and the difficulties and the processes that we guide ourselves through that really make us who we are. It's not the things that are handed to us. Those are just things that are handed to us. But it is oftentimes what we learn when we don't feel like we have enough that make us fully ourselves, make us really expand and grow. All right. Lesson number 4 is an important one. You will attract what you wish for if you allow yourself to wish and attract for things. This is essentially a restatement of the law of attraction. And if you don't know what the law of attraction is, it just means that we will attract the energy that we are emitting, that when we are emitting the vibration of love, we will attract love. When we are emitting the vibration of worry, we will likely attract things that are worrisome because in nature, energy attracts similar energy. Like attracts like. It's like a magnet attracting another magnet of the same kind. And so when we understand this principle of the law of attraction, we then understand how important it is to really wish for wonderful things for ourselves. It's the worry, it's the overthinking, it's the stress that really prevents us from having this higher vibration, from believing that the task that we're doing at the moment is going to be a success. When we turn on that negative thinking, that doubt, that fear, then we essentially block ourselves from attracting and engaging in and pursuing the things that we really want, whether it's people, things, identities, chances in life, new jobs, new opportunities. All of that requires us to really believe in ourselves deeply and also for us to be wishing for these good things to happen to us. So we really need to match the future that we're envisioning for ourselves. So really take a moment and think this through. Maybe rewind this episode if you need to hear that segment again. We need to be at the level of the future that we are wanting for ourselves. We cannot think this is a gigantic mountain to climb, because that just means we're feeling low. We're feeling at the base of the mountain. We want to adopt the energy of someone who has summited a mountain and has already arrived. You can really do that. All it takes is a shift in mindset, and you will then have the fuel and the spirit to go chase your biggest goals. Lesson number 5 is that it is worth your time and your energy and your investment to clear anything that is in your way. All of you know that I have become a de facto decluttering guide to thousands of people in my Re-Energize Your Home Decluttering Challenge. And it is through that challenge, really, that I learned that it is so worth your attention and your time and your physical energy to remove absolutely everything that might be standing in your way, whether it is a pile of papers that you don't know how it got there, or if it is some unnecessary financial expense that has just been draining your bank account month after month. It is worth your attention to say, you know what? I'm calling a stop to that now. I'm going to treat myself at the highest level because I care about myself. I care about my well-being. I care about my space and my environment because it is a reflection of how much energy I possess. I will take care of my bank account. I will take care of my physical health. You will remove anything that stands in your way. And speaking of physical health, the thing that might be standing in your way might just be that you're procrastinating making that next appointment for either a health appointment, something pro health, like going to the gym, or something to take care of your health, something like a doctor's or dentist or obstetrician's appointment, whatever it is. Clear away the resistance because your health and your well-being are waiting for you on the other side. Do not allow yourself to be the roadblock to your own health, wealth, and success, because when you look at it, it may just be you standing in the way of your own beautiful, bright future. So go invest in yourself. Go take that time. Go spend the money if you need to, and go pay attention to yourself. The last idea that I have for you is to keep your mind trained to see all of the possibilities in front of you and around you and in your future, even if you're never actually going to take advantage of them. I say this because we tend to, including myself, we tend to think too small. I've noticed that from my very earliest days of being a psychologist, talking with clients, that people would pay attention to almost the smallest level of worry sometime when they were bypassing and ignoring the fact that they were in a fantastic university, that they had all of their years ahead of them, that they had all of these people supporting them, that they had all of this talent that they were learning how to maximize and use. So I really want you to stay on that positive side of the view of you. Don't think of your limitations. Don't think about all the mistakes you've made in the past because they're in the past. Think about what you haven't even imagined yet. I want you to expand your vision board. I want you to make it crazy. I want you to see that you can think and envision absolutely anything that you want. And it is up to you to get as close to that vision as you possibly can. You will make mistakes along the way. You will doubt yourself along the way. But now that you've listened to this episode, you know you have tools at your disposal. You have your belief in yourself. You have the energy that you've nurtured. You have your integrity because you keep to your word when you utter your words. You understand that possibilities are there for you for the taking. And I know that because you're listening to this podcast, Make Time for Success, that you are oriented towards your positive, healthy, wealthy, wonderful, and successful future. I wish you all the best. If you'd like to learn from me more of these strategies for how to maximize your time, your energy, and your success, I invite you to consider joining me in the next round of my Simply Productive coaching program. Simply Productive is my signature live group coaching program. I run it 4 times a year, and we're just about ready to enroll our next cohort of students. All you need to do to learn more about Simply Productive is to go to maketimeforsuccesspodcast.com/SP for Simply Productive. Again, it's maketimeforsuccesspodcast.com/SP, and you'll get on the wait list for the program, and I will send you information for all the things that I teach my students in this wonderful programs. We learn about habits. We learn about communication. We learn about overcoming overwhelm and self-doubt. And we learn about how to become a tremendously high performer in your own life. So let's go. Sign up for that wait list, maketimeforsuccesspodcast.com/SP. And I will see you next week when another episode will come your way, because I keep my word and I know you will keep your word too. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time and your energy. Take care.